How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massive Beer Reviews, back with a little bit of a, Mexican lager up in this piece in the form of Aslin Brewing Company. It is their Esperante Mexican lager, coming in at 4.5% alcohol by volume. Picked this off the shelf locally. We've been getting drips and drabs of Aslin stuff. Aslin. I know it's Aslin. I like saying Aslin though, so whatever. Aslin stuff as of late. I have no idea how old this is. I don't see a date on the can. But Mexican lager. That's a little bit of time on it. Should hold up, so we'll see what's what. Oh, I forget where I picked this beer up. But I think it was in Pennsylvania. Let's put it that way. So we'll see what's what. Otherwise, it's cool. You know what I mean? It's got that southwestern kind of vibe as far as artistic design goes, so it's on point there. As far as the beer goes, it looks like a soft, little unfiltered kind of lager, you know, with a pretty decent kind of aggressive carbonation, actually. A bit of particulate floating around in there. So when you think of Mexican lager, I think of kind of like almost an American adjunct lager, just a little bit more kind of vibrant yellow. This comes off a little bit more hazy, not much of a head on it, but yeah, I mean, it's got this kind of aggressive-ish kind of carbonation for its style going on. So it looked the part of an unfiltered, like artisanal kind of craft brewery lager, yes. Traditional, no. It's good nose. I mean, it smells the part. Typically, you know, you're thinking about a Mexican lager, you're looking at just basically a corn-based kind of lager. You know, not that it's going to be all corn, but there's going to be a decent amount of corn in it. That's pretty much what differentiates a Mexican lager from just a base lager. You get this little bit of kind of slight kind of corn vibe in it. It's not like corn syrupy. It's not as corn kind of like as some of the poopier versions of American adjunct lager or Mexican lagers come off. There's not a huge hop presence. There's a little bit of touch of a very gentle kind of sulfur kind of thing going on, not in a negative way. And the soft malt sweetness that has that little bit of corn vibe to it. You know, all intents and purposes, Mexican lager. Let's dive in. Cheers. That's tasty. I like that. That little bit of sulfur thing that was in the nose doesn't really come off in the taste. And the corn kind of vibe you get off of this almost comes off of like a toasted, roasted kind of corn, oddly enough. There's a nice bittering. I was going to say soft bittering, but it's a relatively medium for style kind of bittering on it. It gives you this little pop of bittering, with this little bit of sweetness on the other end of things. A nice kind of... It's a lager mouthfeel, but it has a little bit of density to it, so it adds a little bit of kind of... You think you're drinking something a little bit higher in ABV. That's your unfilteredness at work there. Yeah, I'll chug these all day. Actually, I remember where I bought this. I bought this in Stroudsburg. And I picked it up for $12.99 a 4-pack. And I was like, I was in the mood for a lager. And I kind of wanted something craft. And I saw this, and I was like, okay, let me give this a whirl. Because I like what Aslin does. And this does not disappoint. I'm not going to sit here and say this is kind of rewrite the books when it comes to lager, Mexican or otherwise, but it's a tasty, clean, like I got that little tiny bit of sulfur thing on the nose that does not translate all in the taste. It comes off super clean, but with that bonus of that little bit of kind of density to mouthfeel because it's not filtered. And just a really chuggable, really drinkable beer. I mean, at $12.99, it's bit more expensive than what you typically pay for a Mexican lager in a 4-pack, but a cool experience, and I'm glad I bought it. I have no qualms with this being $13 for a 4-pack of Mexican lager. That's where I think these beers should top out as far as price point wise. But I understand why breweries charge more because lagers take time and tank time is money. But hey, if these guys are doing it and shipping it all the way to Pennsylvania, I think other people can do it too. Yeah, unless they're contracting. Brewed and canned by Aslin Brewing Company, Alexandria, Virginia, and Hendron, Virginia. And there you go. So, yeah, fun little chugger. Nice little way to kick off a little bit a night of reviews. So, let's talk about it. It's one of the better Mexican lagers I've had. Is like, yes, the Mount Rushmore status is probably close to that just because I haven't had a ton of them, but let's just keep it right on the edge. How about that? Value and availability on this sucker. Like I said, picked it up off the shelf for $13 and leave you with if you like what we like this beer. If you like lagers, Mexican lagers, craft lager, you'll like this beer. So there you go. reviewing the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massif if you want to check me out doing a whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a little bit of lager right now. Hope we'll see you next time. Cheers.